Hi everyone, thank you so much for checking out this video. If you're new here, my name is Stephanie and I cover oily skin, hooded eyes, and beauty. Welcome to the final day of my foundation wars. To catch you guys up, I'm reviewing 10 drugstore foundations to find out what's best for your oily skin. If you missed the previous episodes, I will link them down below for you. As I'm testing out these foundations, I'm going to be using my everyday makeup routine, which is my pore filling primer, my translucent powder before and after foundation, and then setting spray. And of course, to get the best results out of these foundations, I will be changing up my makeup routine as needed. So let's get into the last foundation, foundation number 10, and that's going to be the Maybelline Superstay Full Coverage. This is a full coverage foundation up to 24-hour wear, seamless matte finish, breathable and comfortable, fade and transfer resistant, oil-free, and doesn't clog pores. I tested this foundation out for 3 days and day 1 was my first impression, so let's roll the tape. This is really light. Whoops. Oh my god, this is so light. Holy crap. Okay, well, guess who's using a shit ton of bronzer? Yeah, I really messed up with the matte shading process. I can't do this. Bronzer cannot fix this. Yeah, I'm just gonna have to skip this one for now. Purchase a darker one. Yeah. Okay, now this one is a good color match. This is some pretty good coverage so far. I only did 2 pumps. This is just 1 layer and already all of my blemishes are completely covered. And it does say that it is matte and it does have just like a little shine to it. And it is feeling kind of tacky. Maybe I have to wait just a little bit for it to dry down some more. But let me just show you guys what it looks like as it starts to dry down. You guys can see that it is definitely covering up my blemishes. Don't worry about the red lips. I put on a lip plumping gloss, so they're red. Yeah, and then those red marks are of course from my glasses, but everything else is looking really, really nice. I'm gonna put on the rest of my makeup and I'll be right back. Okay, so I am back with the rest of my makeup. Ignore the eyeshadow, I did another video. So anyway, I am really, really liking this foundation so far. I did have to set it because it was a little tacky, but it looks really, really nice. It dried down very nicely. It went on super smooth, blurred everything out, and it mixed in really well with the rest of my makeup, and I'm really excited to see what I can do with it. Maybe like an illuminating highlighter, primer, I mean something like that, like how I did with the CoverGirl foundation. So just because it is kind of dry, I really want to see what I can get away with. Day 2, and I've been wearing this for about 9.5 hours now. The foundation has been holding up really, really well. You can definitely see some shine coming through, but I'm in Texas. It got up to 100 degrees today. I was outside and it also rained, so it's kind of humid. I did use my MAC Prep and Prime primer. It's the Radiance. It's, what is it? Natural Radiance. And I did not use my pore filling primer. I should have used it because I do see my large pores, but other than that, I think it looks pretty good. You can see my huge pores coming through, but I mean, if you look at the actual foundation, it looks so nice for being on for 9.5 hours through this heat and humidity. There is some cracking on that area, but other than that area, I think this foundation held up really well. It looks very like dewy. It looks like there's just like a natural glow. I have not touched up this entire time because I wanted to see how it was going to hold up throughout this heat and this humidity, and I think it did a pretty good job. Day 3, and I've been wearing this foundation for about 9.5 hours now. It did get up to 100 degrees outside, which means it got up to 78 degrees inside my apartment. It rained, it was humid. I did go outside because me and my husband like to sit out on the balcony and drink red wine during a thunderstorm. So I did get a little oily from that humidity out there. But other than that, I think this foundation held up really nicely given the circumstances. So let me just bring you guys in to see how this foundation held up. Okay, you can see some oils coming through, and I put on a poreless primer, so I'm not exactly sure what's going on with my pores right now. But you can see there's some cracking in the chin area. There is some caking right here by my nostrils. And then I have some cracking going on and just a crap ton of oil that came out. I think that this foundation held up pretty nicely. I took a nap, it rained, I was outside. So yeah, it just really kind of ended up like an oily glow. As you guys can see, considering what I put this foundation through, it really held up with the circumstances, with this environment. It really held up to its name. Unfortunately, it does need to be touched up throughout the day to get the best results, to keep looking nice and fresh. But really, the foundation did not fade. It had a little bit of cracking, but that's totally normal. I get that with a lot of my foundations, so really I don't count that as a negative. It's just something that you do have to deal with, or something that I have to deal with. So because of the foundation, I wasn't able to play around with it. I wasn't able to use like that liquid illuminator, like a liquid highlighter underneath the foundation to make a dewy look. I had to kind of keep everything kind of matte, just because it does not control oils as much as I would like, but it's still a beautiful foundation. You just have to learn how to work with it. So those are my thoughts for this foundation, and please stay tuned for my next video because I will be ranking all these foundations for you guys. And if you like this foundation and this video, please hit that thumbs up and please subscribe to stay tuned for my next video and all upcoming videos because I have so much more for you guys. Thank you guys so much. Bye.